our new house is pretty neat.
It's just all very quintessential New England.
And I had a revelation. And now our life looks very different than it did. I started crying in the car about it. Welcome back to our corner of Maine.
Actually, we're not in our corner of Maine anymore.
No, but our new house is pretty neat.
We are in Tamworth, New Hampshire, which is right near the White Mountains of New Hampshire.
Yes, and this is our little fall family getaway. It's our plan as a family to every fall after the corn harvest is done, rent a cabin somewhere as a family. And we did this last year in western Maine, and it was a significantly more rustic cabin, a lot of work to stay there actually.
Well, and it required wood heat, which just isn't safe for Weston right now.
Yeah, so for the stage of life we're in, we have a different sort of home we're staying in, which we'll show you soon.
Yep.
But for now we're just walking on this private road. Their foliage is still really gorgeous right now. It's very orange and yellow here.
And a little bit later on today we're going to head into North Conway, which is only about a half hour away, and do a little bit of shopping.
We're headed back to where we're staying, and we're going to show you just how unique this place is. This is the tiny home that we have rented for a few nights. We arrived last night and we enjoyed going around and exploring the whole thing. Weston loved exploring the loft area, and after he went to bed, we enjoyed the finished sauna that they have on the property here as well. Ben estimates that this is about 13 by 30 in size, and we have just had so much fun dreaming about what we would do if we had a tiny home and how we would lay it out. But as for this one, we want to give you a little bit of a tour inside. Right when you step inside, here is the main living area. Nice and open for such a small space. If you turn here, it's the stairwell, a full set of stairs to the loft where the bed is. I'm standing in a living space here, and there's a bedroom on the first floor, which we used for Weston's pack and play. And then this is the bathroom door, but you can also access it through the guest room. So that's where Weston is staying. And the bathroom in here. Pretty basic. They definitely went for the cabin style, but this is a full shower here. I'm just impressed with the space that it feels, even though the space is actually incredibly tiny, especially compared to our really open floor plan. But I just wanted to share this little gem with you from Airbnb. It's in Tamworth, New Hampshire. Let me show you upstairs before we go. This is a on your hands and knees crawl space. You can barely sit up in bed there. So that is pretty much the extent of it. This is the little gem we found for our family trip.
As we're driving through these back roads, looking at all the foliage and really nice big old farmhouses, it's just all very quintessential New England.
Yes, it's just gorgeous, and these homes have so much detail given to them because they're old, and I just feel like old architecture has such character to it.
A lot more attention to detail.
So So we're headed to North Conway, but we're absolutely enjoying the views on the way. I thought we were gonna kind of miss foliage, but
No.
it's in full swing.
Yeah.
And I had a revelation. This is Weston's first time out of the state of Maine. He has been in Maine for the entire 19 months of his life, and don't you worry, I talked to him at length that Maine is the best place. We can enjoy other places, but we will forever love Maine the most. But we're enjoying this as a family.
So we're in downtown North Conway. We just went into a coffee shop called the Met.
Yes, and that was the same coffee shop we got coffee 4 years ago on our honeymoon.
Yeah.
This is where Ben and I honeymooned for just 2 or 3 nights right after we were married.
Mm-hmm.
And as we were coming here and seeing the shops we used to go to and just reminiscing, I got emotional. I started crying in the car about it. And I think it's just because it feels like time is going so fast. And now our life looks very different than it did as newlywed Ben and Meredith.
Yeah.
But it's also really joyful to bring him here and to bring him to those same spots and for us to be talking about it.
Yeah.
It's special.
So right now we're just gonna take our coffees and go in and out of some do some window shopping, go in and out of some stores. Weston is running on fumes, so
Weston
we don't know
is
how
about to
long
fall
he'll
asleep.
last, but
Yeah.
we're just gonna enjoy the afternoon, what's left of it, and then head back to the cabin.
This is the hotel that we stayed in during our honeymoon. Good morning. It is our last day here in New Hampshire on our family trip, and I just wanted to share something with you that I have done for the entire duration of this trip, and I want to encourage you to maybe try it as well, and that is a phone fast, taking a fast from the use of your phone. And so I have just tucked my phone away for the entirety of this trip so that I can focus on Ben and Weston, and I can focus on what we're doing and what we're seeing and experiencing rather than getting lost in social media. We're so connected these days with social media, and I think there are so many positive sides of it, but I also think that it really disconnects us from the people that we're shoulder to shoulder with. And so for that reason, on our fall trip, every year I am going to be putting away my phone. I did it last year, and it was incredibly refreshing, so I was looking forward to doing it again this year. Kind of a reset button on how much I use my phone, how much I'm grabbing for it. I've been surprised by I have just grabbed my phone in the moments of quiet and stillness, and I'm just filling a space. when I just really need to be more intentional about my people around me and my environment. And so I just encourage you to give it a try. You might be surprised how much it connects you with your family and friends, and just how refreshing it is to unplug.
Okay, we're all packed up. Now we're gonna head into the town of Tamworth to eat some breakfast, do a little bit more sightseeing, and then we're gonna head back home. Well, we made it home.
Yes, we are back in Maine, back in our own home. There's no place that feels as good as this. Weston does not like the car very much. He does not sleep in the car. So 3.5 hours with a toddler who's not happy isn't the funnest.
Yeah, it was a little bit of a rough ride, but...
Yeah, but he's resting in his bed now. We did have a wonderful time at our Airbnb though. Staying in a tiny home was just fun.
It was very neat, yeah.
Just to talk about what we'd do if we had our own tiny home and just kind of be in that space. And
the area was neat too. Very classic New England. A lot of old homes and farms to look at. So
it was gorgeous. They have a lot more foliage still than we do.
Yeah, if we came back and we don't have any leaves.
I'm like, where are our leaves? But we had a wonderful time. If you are at all interested in staying there, it's in Tamworth, New Hampshire, and they're listed on Airbnb. So we fully recommend it.
Yeah, so we just want to thank you guys for following along with us and
coming on our little family trip. Yeah. Anyways, we post a video every Thursday, 6 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you want to come back for more content, we'll see you then. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Have a great week.
Bye-bye.
We're gonna show you just how, why is this so hard? This is a private road that we're walking on. It's just...
I'm realizing my shot is horrible.
Yeah.
Okay.
And if I say private road, they don't know better.
Okay.
I'm gonna say private road because it feels private.
Okay. This is right at the base of the White Mountain National Park. I don't know if it's a national park or a state park.
We're headed back to where we're staying. Weston just biffed it. You good, bud? Dust it off. Say, I'm tough. Give Mom a big squeeze hug. Ah, you got me. Go get Daddy a big squeeze hug.
I love you. All the nice foliage, and there's a lot of big old farmhouses. And...
Weston.
Chop until you drop. This is the hotel that Meredith and I stayed at on our honeymoon. You watch, I bet it's perfect.
Sugar. 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 Sugar.
Choo choo.
Choo-choo. Sugar. Sugar. Sugar.
So we are in. We're not?
Okay.
I'm done vlogging. I can't pick everything up.
Who is this?
It's your mom.
It's Mom.
Yes.
Oh.
We're getting the last train out of this town. Really? I know that look. When your arm's starting to die, you're like... You did give me like...
Are you still talking?
Why are you still talking? No. Oh, you're on.
Yeah.
Okay. Great. More footage to sort through. What? It's true.